Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at Made with 95 ad from the hit film Cars 3. Okay, a little clarification. This hat did appear in Cars 3, but Mater never actually wore it. He did put it on as like little dummy of himself, which I think was a cute moment in the movie, but in terms of like him wearing the hat, this hat was not worn by him. He did wear a bunch of hats in the movie though, like the lightning bolt version, which I think is one of the coolest versions of Mato. Shame it was kind of hated upon by some members of the community. He also had like a track hat. I'll actually post pictures on the various hats he wore. He also had a piston cup hat at the Florida 500, and at the end of the movie he had the Dinoco hat. Now I get why Mattel didn't attempt any of those, because those hats are like massive and would not be able to fit in a single packaging. You would have had to put Mato with this hat in a deluxe packaging. So I get why they didn't attempt those, but why this one? I mean, I don't know. It's a very strange place, because you could theorize that, oh, Mato probably wore this from one of McQueen's races, so it's not like fully out there, like it's not like Race and Rescue or GRC. It's not like those, but it's also not fully 100% canon either, because again, Mato never wore the hat, but the hat did appear. So, very strange, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the diecast and how it's awesome. So, let's take a look at the packaging. So, as you can see, they just reused Mato's Cars 2 artwork of him being sneaky, which, out of all the artworks you could have chosen, if you weren't going to give him, first off, I would have preferred if you had new artwork completely with the hat, but, okay, if you didn't have it, then why this artwork? I would have preferred they just use his Cars 1 or Cars 3 render, because I feel like that'd be more fitting for this Mato, because this Mato, I don't remember him looking like this sneaky in the movie. This is his Cars 2 pose, so why would you use a Cars 2 render for a Cars 3 Mato? I don't know. Again, but it was like that on his original release too. They just used this artwork back in 2019 when it was first released, and they didn't even bother to update it this time, which is a little disappointing, but we do unfortunately have this 1-inch choking hazard thing because of the hat. It could be swollen, so that's why his artwork is very small. We have the name tag here, the diecast and stuff. The diecast is actually based off his Precision Series mold, not the regular mold, and we take a look at that once we open him up, but just keep that in mind. That's why he looks a little different. He is using a different model. People is confused sometimes. As seen in Cars 3. I mean, not really. I mean, we talked about this. It's technically yes, but technically no. But we have other cars like George Carvers, Cruz Ramirez, Ray Rivenham, Aaron Clarker, Jackson Storm, and Jimmy Lugrange. Both thinks he's part of the team. But yeah, as I said in my Member Rojas Jr. video, I found this at my local Target, but they were not on the new packaging. Like, because I found Case K, which has Made with Balloon, Member Rojas Jr., Michael 7, Ryan Wimbeller, all those cars. But they did not have the new 20th anniversary packaging. They were instead on the Red Rios card, which I don't know how that happens. I don't know how I got a case that had some of the 20th anniversary cars, but mostly all the actual new cars for the new packaging, they were on the Red Rios card. So I don't know how that happened, but regardless, it was a blessing in disguise, because I didn't really want to open those cards because they look really pretty. This gives me a chance to not feel guilty about this. So let's get them out of the packaging, shall we? Yeah, I will say this, he is very heavy. Like, ever since the switch to Thailand, Matos has pretty much been upgraded to a fully metal diecast, which is great, because from like 2007, actually no wait, so from 2012 up until like 2018, he was pretty much like half diecast, half metal, because the front half would be metal and the back half would be plastic, and the hat just fell off. Oh, right, it's cylinder for some reason. But yeah, as I was saying, the front half made will be metal, and the back half was plastic, hence kind of cheapening him a little bit. But now with Thailand and now with China, he is fully metal, which is very nice. I'm very happy that he is here. And first off, he's very heavy. Like, in comparison to even regular Mato, you're gonna go down Mato with Balloon. Yeah, this is very heavy. Yeah, this is the one we're looking to. And wow, he does feel very happy. Heavy, I should say. And there he is, with his lobotomy. Christ, that hole is massive. But thankfully, we can cover it up with the 95 hat. So let's put that on. Hopefully we can get it on without any issues. There we go, and it will not come out. So he's pretty much stuck like with this. So let's zoom in on his face. Okay, don't like that, but okay, zoom in on his face. So sorry for the cut, guys. I don't know why my camera does this, but I think I figured out the issue. Hopefully by the next video it doesn't happen. But anyways, as I was saying, zooming in on his face, we can see he kind of has like a dull expression. No, not dull, but he's more chilled. Whereas in comparison with regular Mato, I know he is a little less joyful and vibrant. I honestly would have preferred if they had just reused his expression on this Mato, because I mean, this is a good Mato expression. I just think it's, I don't know, if he's with a hat, I usually picture him like screaming, shouting. Like, honestly, the expression from Road Tomato, like put the eyes and mouth from Road Tomato. You don't even need this expression. Just put that eyes and mouth, perfect release. But now it's just, I don't know. Like, again, he's smiling, and that is part of Mato's character. I just wish, I mean, he was a little more like joyful, like jubilant. But then again, Mato with Lightning Bolt kind of has the same issue, because both are reusing the Precision Series mold, and the Precision Series version had this expression. So, yeah, not great, but it's whatever. It's whatever. But we do have the details that Thailand and New China Matos have, such as the realistic rust detailing around his mouth, the very much welcome detailed headlight on the front here. We have his hood exposed, and his engine is like covered in black dust, like super black. Camera does not like it. Okay, there we go. When it does that, but yeah, so some black oil on the sides. I don't know. I know it's not oil, but I don't know what to call this. It's very nice though. His eyes. On the front here, he does have his regular wheels on the front and yellow wheels on this side, blue wheel or white wheel on this side. It's pretty cool that they keep that consistent. It does read Tomato Towing Salvage Radiator Springs on the sides here. And as I mentioned, this back half is actually die-cast metal, so very happy, because he actually feels like heavy. You actually feel like you're getting a bang for your buck, which is good, because singles here cost now like $5. I think Mato is one of those characters that definitely feels worthy of that price now, compared to a couple years ago, if you're paying $4 for him. Because singles used to be cheaper, but Mato is half metal, half plastic. So I'm glad Thailand made that change. I'm glad you try to kind of carry that over when they move production. So pretty cool. The wheels, the lights on the front here. And in regards to the hat, it's pretty nice, I will say. Even if it didn't appear on his head, it is still a very nice detail. We do have the little dots in the 9.5. I kind of wish they were colored. Maybe like be like a red, or I don't know, something like blue, because they feel a little unpainted. But I don't know, I think they feared that it was gonna ruin like the aesthetic. That's why they didn't do it. But I personally would have added some details to the dots. The siren here is actually a bit of a different shape here. Like on the original Mato, it's a lot more of a cone. Here it's like a cylinder. But again, you do see that quality control. It's not painted fully. I mean, granted, the Thailand one also had that issue, and I say this one's a little better, because at least it is like painted on the front here. Like on the sides, a little rough. But if you look at it like from the back, I think it looks pretty okay. Again, very different. The eyes are not as sunken in on this version as they are in the older release. The headlights do look a little less diesel on this Mato compared to the Thailand one, but I think the Thailand version of this guy might have been more similar to this. But yeah, we're not even done reviewing it fully. He does have the more accurate tow hook that the Precision Series version has in comparison to this version, which just has the tow hook going across down here. This is the working tow hook version, but if you were to get one without it, it will look very similar to this, just with a smaller hook. Very interesting. We have the, sorry for moving the camera, guys, but we do have the caution stripes, the red taillights, which are nicely painted in red, and his license plate, which reads A113. Of course, a very iconic Pixar Easter egg. This side is exactly the same, and here is the face. The Pixar made in China, 1336 EA, so the 133rd day of 2026 at the EA factory is when this guy was produced. And yeah, that about does it for Mato with 95 head. a cool release. Again, even if it doesn't technically appear, I think if if you're gonna do a hat version, at least they chose this one that that could feasibly make sense. But it was also small enough to do. So here he is next to regular Mato. This is the Talon version with the working toe hook, but you can kind of tell like these are very, very different. Like the eyes, like I mentioned, don't look as sucking in as the regular one. The toe cable is like very different. You have the actual working pulleys and whatnot. This is just like all the way down. This is pretty much stuck in its position. To shape with the cones. Of course, he does not have his roof lights, but that's because they need to make room for that hat. Which, I mean, I don't know why they made that hole so big. I would have maybe done a little like that. So you keep those, because even the lightning bolt version, let me bring that up, even the lightning bolt version, they still kept the hat. No, sorry, they still kept the lights on. They just moved the lightning bolt a little further. So I wish they would have done something like that, because it does feel like he's missing decals, but I mean, he's not supposed to. And oops, I think Spidey and his friends took a fall. I'll do that later. But very, very cool. It would be nice if the mirrors would have been painted just to show that this is a more premium release. Because the Precision Series version had that, but it's whatever, it's not a big deal. Pretty much the same quality from China to Thailand. Are the decals more readable? I'd say this one's a little bit more readable actually. This is not. But like, it's not horrible though, so I mean, I don't know. Both are good. I really like this Mato. Also, I do have another new China Mato to compare. Made it with Balloon earlier this year. Yeah, they both have the semi-realistic headlights. I guess I love this expression way more. This just feels, I don't know, man. I don't like how they made the eyes so far apart. And this is obviously using that older Mato casting, not the Precision Series casting. Hence why some things look slightly off. Of course, his gimmick is that he has a balloon on top. So, oh, I just realized the lights on the 95 version are actually a little bigger compared to the regular model. Is it like that on? Yeah, these two are a lot more similar in lights. So very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Pretty cool. And last but not least, the lightning bolt version. Again, this is one of my favorite Matos. I love it. It's a very slippy fella. But yeah, as I was saying before he fell out, yeah, he is a very, very nice car with the big lightning bolt. He was released in the multiplex, which is, I believe, how they were kind of able to get away with it. But yeah, these are both from China, surprisingly. Old China, new China. You can see how much difference, how different, how similar they are actually, because both of this cone cylinder-shaped sirens, rather than the cone that the regular Mato has. Now, granted, this Mato, this was made in the older China period, so it doesn't feel as heavy compared to now. And these hooks here are very, very cheap. You can tell that this was old China because they just left them brown. They didn't even try to detail them like Thailand and New China does now. Decal does look a little clear though, but I think the wheels look better on this version. So I don't know. Both have pros and cons, and both have the same expression. But I think this is actually like pretty much a direct copy and paste from the Precision Series mold, whereas this one does take some creative liberties. They made the Precision Series mold, but basically followed more closely to how regular Mato looks. And yeah, that about does it for the comparisons. Let me give you a second to set these all up, and I'll put them on the turntable. And here is Mato on the turntable, and I gotta say, New China and Thailand, they've really done him justice. Like, I just love how heavier he feels, how more realistic he looks compared to old China. Well, I feel like they kind of cheapened him from 2012 to 2018, around that era. But again, with all these Matos from Thailand and now New China, I'm very happy to see that he's one of the characters that got a big upgrade from the chain switch. And, you know, I think it creates for fun variants like this, where you could kind of canonize this in your head. Like, oh, McQueen went to one of the races and Mato decided to wear this hat in support of his friend. So, I do like that. It kind of leaves it up for interpretation from somebody, especially young kids who love imagination and creativity. But I don't know what else to say, but oh yeah, for his releases, this year he is in case G with the old packaging, and in case K with the new 20th anniversary packaging. So if you guys want him, and if you missed out on his first release in 2019, this is your chance. I would say pick him up. He is more than worth of your money. So thank you all so much for watching this review. I really hope you like it. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content here on the channel. See you all next time, and until then, this is Joe Quick Tile signing off, with hopefully a better camera.